Hi everyone, welcome to Michelin King. Today we're going to take a look at how to get your car looking as best as it can in a short period of time. So starting off with one of our firm favourites, Quick Detailer. We're just using this to get rid of any fingerprints, just get rid of any water after the wash stage and just get a nice surface to start with. So I'm using our pineapple waffle weave cloth. Just a few sprays on the paint is all you need, up to 4. Absolutely fine. It's a good sized car this, but it's a very economical product to use. Safe to use on glass and chrome strips as well. So just simply don't let it dry on, just basically spray on, wipe off, and the shine that this gives is absolutely incredible. So if you're really tight for time, this is all you need to do. If you just want a really shiny car, you've not got a lot of time, you've not got the time to wax it, etc. Break out the Quick Detailer, and you'll find that the shine that brings back to the paint is absolutely incredible. A really wet shine as well, so in my opinion the best the best type of shine. And as you can see, it's not fussy, very easy product to use, which is exactly what you want. So we're going on to Titan. Now bearing in mind the car is quite big, so what I'm going to do is break out my dual action polisher. But before we get to that point, we're just going to give the tyres a quick whiz round. As you can see, we did a live video just before this, so I've already done the tyres, but for purpose of the video, we'll just go back over them. This is a solvent-based tyre dressing that we offer, so it doesn't run off in the rain. It's not water-based. It's good longevity to it, and it does have hydrophobic properties, which just means that if it's raining, the rain's more likely to bounce off the tyre dressing than actually to make the tyre dressing run. One of the tips I would have is always have some kind of work cloth in your pocket just to wipe any excess off the alloys. If it does go on there, it's not the end of the world. It won't really do anything. It's fairly inert, and if anything, it will probably just protect the alloys on their journey to wherever you're going. So again, really nice high gloss, and I just always find that a higher gloss tyre shine offsets the paint as well. If you get nice high gloss paint, the tyres look on point, the alloys are clean, the car just looks absolutely second to none. So we're going to break out a new pad for this. For Titan, just use the softest pad that you have. It's non-abrasive, so it will never damage your paintwork. All it does is it just adds shine and protection to the paint. So again, nice long cord available on this machine, and we tend to use this anywhere between 1 and 3 on the machine. I've taken the handle off this because I prefer to use my hand at the top just to steady it. Now just make sure that the pad's in the centre, fixed nice and tight. It's just a hook and loop on the back, so just velcro back, and as you can see, that's absolutely fine. Now, quick tip for you there guys, a mistake I made there was accidentally turning the machine on as it was still in mid-air. Always turn the machine on when it's touching the paint, because it means if the pad's loose, it's not going to fly off. So there you go, we still make errors at this point. So right on to the main event, which is Titan. Titan is the easiest sealant that I've ever used. It's also the glossiest sealant that I've ever used, hence we call it the show car in a bottle. So just give it a shake before you use it, and all you're going to do is put about 3 or 4 5-pence or dime piece sizes on the pad, as you can see here. There's no right or wrong way to do this. I've decided to draw a face on the pad on this instance, and all you're going to do is dot. Now the most important thing here guys, get that cable over your shoulder so that it doesn't trail on the paintwork, and also you're not going to trip over it as well. So just make sure that the cable's nice and free so that you can get on with what you're doing. Everybody has their own technique. I just fling the whole over the back, and then you're just wanting to dab gently onto the paintwork, and this is so that you're picking up new product as you move along. And as you can see, I'm just showing you how to grab the machine. So we've got plenty product on the paint here, and you just want to make sure that there's enough. As you pass the machine, you're basically not picking up any dried product, and it also gives you a much nicer finish as well if the product is nice and level, which is the effect that you get with your dual action machine. There, I'm trying just showing you where you should be. So I'm using the machine at a setting 3, but you could use it at a 1 or a 2. Depends on the paint as well. If the paint's quite slick, then you can get away with a lower setting, because all we're doing here, guys, is just spreading the product across the paint. That's it. You don't need to work it in or anything. It's just a sealant. This is just to show you that you can get round the car really quickly if you've got one of these machines. They just make light work of everything from abrasive polishing to applying your waxes and sealants as well. So just make sure the product's nice and thin across the paint, and it'll just be an absolute dream to remove. So I'm just making sure I'm getting into all the corners, and as you can see, the cable never wants to sit where it's supposed to, but as long as you keep your elbow bent and away from the paint, it's normally okay, it'll catch. As you can see, the pad that we're using is extremely soft, so it won't damage the paint. You only typically use the harder pads for polishing. I would always suggest you use the softer ones for obviously applying your waxes and sealants. Now we're going to let that set on the paint for a few minutes, just to obviously let it cure. It was quite a nice day the day that we filmed this, so we had the sun on our side, which obviously helps with the curing. In terms of cloth, you want a good quality. We sell a variety of microfibers on the website. They are international shipping, so it doesn't matter where you are in the world, we will ship our products to you. What you can also do is a thing called a swipe test, just to make sure that the product's completely cured. The swipe test is simply just putting your finger across the paint, and then you'll have a gap between it where the product's cured. So now that we have removed the Titan, we're going to get on to the Wax Plus. We just used one of our work cloths. Sorry guys, the video didn't turn out well when we were removing it, so we've just edited that bit out, but very straightforward, just buff it off and you're ready to go with the next step. So this is Wax Plus, so this is a very interesting product to me personally, simply because it was our first long-term spray sealant, and with it being SiO2 ceramic based, you get up to 6 months longevity from one coating. I reach for this bottle all the time during autumn, summer and coming into spring, simply because it's a great product on its own. So as a standalone product, you could literally just wash the car, spray it on, buff it off. In this instance, we're actually using it alongside Titan just to get that even wetter look. And it's really easy to use. I've got a nice plush cloth. This is our Highlander, and obviously as you've seen, we just put a simple spray on the panel. Again, it's glass friendly with your chrome and also your paint. The thing I would always say is make sure you keep any type of spray product that isn't designed for your windscreen away from there. The reason is that you don't want any smearing on that windscreen. So, quick tip, never wax your windscreen, never use a spray sealant on your windscreen. Don't use anything that doesn't specifically say. You essentially want to buy a product that says this is specifically for the windscreen, which is in our case is a product called Vision. So Vision is our windscreen glass sealant. You want something that's very stable for the front and also is abrasive resistant because of your windscreen wipers. So there are products on the market specifically for windscreen, so that's why I would say just avoid using Wax Plus, simply because it's not designed. You've got other waxes and such like in there that aren't designed to be on your windscreen, just due to the possibility of any smearing, which we don't want if you're travelling along at 70 miles an hour and a truck decides to suddenly stop. So as you can see, I tend to use it on the side glass because it will run off. I can open the windows up and down just to get rid of any beading, etc. And it's as easy to use as our quick detailer. I think that's the reason, or I would presume that's the reason that this is such a good seller with the company. It's just due to the ease of use. You spray it on, you buff it off, you've got 6 months protection. It's one of these, wonder products, so to speak, and you get them now and again, and Wax Plus is one of them. It's really massively changed how I look after the car in the winter. So I tend to work 1 to 2 panels at a time. On a car of this size, I'll tend to just do 1 panel at a time. Ceramics, obviously, once they cure, they're curing harder than your typical waxes, so you want to just work a panel at a time, buff off, and the shine is absolutely incredible. It locks in that high gloss, the wet look of the Titan, the show car sealant, and then you've also got the wet look, the glass-like qualities of the ceramic. Now, bearing in mind it is a spray version, we do offer a full 9H multi-surface coating, which obviously is your usual, multi-year protection. But with the Wax Plus, it's just incredible. As you can see, they're over exuberant with the product, but just really to show you how easy this is to apply. You're spraying it on, you're buffing it off. There's no hard work to this at all. It's just incredible, and it's one of these products that you can't wait until the first time it rains, because the beading is absolutely insane. Now, bearing in mind this is a spray and wipe product, it looks like you've got a 9H coating on there. You obviously don't get the same level of protection with this, such as scuffing and scraping and such like that you do with the full ceramics, but it's not a full ceramic. It is what it is. It's a spray version. It's a 6 months durability. It's absolutely incredible. I'm very happy that we're able to offer it and do the demo just to show you how good it is. So there you go, guys. We've covered QD, tyre dressing, Titan, Wax Plus. As you can see, just changing the camera angle there just to show you how reflective that paint is. Absolutely insane. Now, bearing in mind, this isn't a car that was overly pampered. It's a daily driver. It's a family car. Honestly, I can't remember the last time it had a full machine polish. So, it was a well-used car. And obviously within the company as well, we are carting a lot of stuff back and forward. So it's certainly, not a garage queen. We're right next to the airport at this point as well, so you get a lot of fallout. We're in an industrial area to add to that. So it's just, the product is incredible. So make sure you take a look at it for yourself. Take a look at the website. So we've covered the quick detailer, the tyre, the Titan, you've seen a few different cloths, and then lastly the Wax Plus as well. So take care of yourself. Thanks very much. Bye bye.